Your mind is the most powerful tool in the universe, and it's shaping and creating your reality, whether you're aware of it or not. This topic has always been very interesting to me, because as an engineer, I always wanted to look behind the veil, find out how things work. And what could be more interesting than finding out how the universe works and how our realities that we live in our daily lives is created. So I've spent the last 8 years studying consciousness and the human mind and the connection to how reality is created, how our lives are created and lived by us. And I found out that thought is the most basic and fundamental building block of our reality. Because your thought has the power to shape and influence the life that you live. And I can tell you this from first-hand experiences. There has been a time in my life when I was just coasting, when I was waiting for the time X to come before I would start something. I would tell myself, this is not the right time, or I'm not ready yet. And this was reflected by the reality that I lived. I was getting by, but I was not living. Then I realized that nobody would be coming to save me and that I need to figure this out for myself. So I sat down and I started to think. I started to paint a mental image of what it would be like if I had the power to completely create and shape my life. How I would behave, how my day-to-day would look like, how I would work and what I would work, with what kind of people I would surround myself with. And the mental image formed. And more detail was brought to life in this mental image. Parts of this mental image manifested instantly, and others took some time. These ranged from mundane little things like being certain that I would get a parking spot when I come back in front of the house, but to more complex scenarios where the right person would show up with the right opportunity just when I needed it. And if you pay attention, you will find that these mental images will come to life in your reality as well, if you like it or not. Especially if this mental image is connected with emotion. So every thought connected with emotion creates reality. And this is the basic principle that I would like to tell you today. When thought arises and is connected with your energy in motion, your emotion, it leads to you taking action, either internally in more thoughts, in subconscious programs, in habits, or externally in you going to the gym or starting that business that you are setting out to create. And fortunately or unfortunately, here it does not matter which kind of emotions are evoked, whether positive or negative. But who would like to manifest something that is connected with negative emotions? But that's exactly what most people do when they are going through their lives. They worry about something or they're afraid of something, and this fear manifests as emotion inside of their bodies. And this is why they actually attract what they do not want in their lives. And this is why so many people are creating lives for themselves that they do not want to live. They are listening to thoughts in their head like, oh, maybe she's cheating on me right now, or oh my God, why is this happening to me? Without ever realizing that they are creating the exact thing that they do not want. The emotion that the predominant thoughts in your life evoke make up your mental state, your state of being. And this makes up your frequency, and therefore the reality that you create as an effect of this cause. And your state of being, your state of mind, is actually deciding whether you live in heaven or you live in hell. And it depends what your thoughts throughout the day are. Are you going through life in anger or resentment? Do you constantly worry? Or do you go through life expecting something beautiful, expecting the best out of life, trusting in the universe to take care of you? And with the following steps, you can actually decide what kind of reality you want to live in. So how do you change your predominant thought and therefore the reality that you create? Now, before we continue, I would like you to take a couple seconds to like the video and share it with somebody who also needs to know how to improve their reality and how to create the reality that they have in mind for themselves. First, you have to become aware of what you're thinking about. Ask yourself throughout the day, maybe set yourself an alarm, and question your current state of mind. Question, what am I thinking about? And do I actually want to feed these thoughts with my emotion and with my energy? And then decide. If you find that your thoughts are not matching the reality that you desire, just let them go without nourishing them with your emotion. When you consciously continue to do this throughout your days, you will train your subconscious to install the program and do it for you. And you will see that you will automatically start to question your thoughts and focus on the thoughts that bring you closer to the reality that you want to create. And when you find that this thought that you're thinking brings you closer to your reality, then you can nourish it. Be grateful for it. Be happy and connect this emotion with the image that you carry in your mind. So you see, you can decide which train of thought you want to follow and which you would rather let go and catch the next one that brings you to your destination. This exact technique brought me to where I am today, and you will see if you implement it in your life, you will lead a much calmer and more balanced life, because you don't need to worry about your reality anymore. It will unfold as you create it in your mind. And you might ask yourself why this actually works. Thought connected with emotion always breeds action, whether you like it or not, and whether you're aware of it or not. Every cause that you set has an effect, and every effect that you see and experience in your life needs a cause, and this cause is always a thought. This is also what the law of mentalism states. Everything is mind. The universe is mental. And there's an interesting proverb, as a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. And this makes absolute sense, because your heart is the connection between your thoughts and your emotions. So you see, your thoughts create your reality, not metaphorically, but literally.